Today we are in Astoria, Queens. We are going to the Midtown Comics Astoria outlet. They have a 99-cent comic book sale for 50 cents. Cassie took the drive up here. It took us about an hour.
Yeah.
What are we looking for?
A lot.
All right, let's go. If you are a comic book collector, my guess is that you have heard of Midtown Comics. They sell a lot of comic books online and have a flagship store in Midtown Manhattan. It is huge. We did a video a couple months back on their online sales. Did you also know that they have an outlet store in Astoria, Queens?
I did not know that they did.
The home of Spider-Man. That's why we're wearing these shirts. And as you saw from the intro, it is a really large store, loaded from floor to ceiling with different kinds of stuff. We visited the store for their special 50-cent dollar bin sale. So their 99-cent comics become 50 cents. And it did not disappoint us. There were boxes loaded with stuff. We arranged our visit with Jerry, their CMO, their Chief Marketing Officer. And we got to meet the staff there who were awesome. Sam, Sophia, and Owen. It was a really good visit. We bought a lot of stuff. We spent a lot of time going through dollar bins. It was definitely worth the trip. So many comics, tons of dollar bins that were only 50 cents because of the sale. And we got lucky. We parked right in front of the store. I was a little bit worried going up there that there would be no parking because I'm not too familiar with Queens, but we parked right in front of the store. As we've talked about before, we like organized comic book boxes. And Midtown Comic had the most organized comic boxes we have ever seen. They had them alphabetically by title, but they also had by number as well. So if you looked at the Fantastic Four, they had Fantastic Four, and it would say 1 to 100, 100 to 150, and so on. And it would have each of the different editions, which is by far the most organized we've ever seen. The dollar bins were not organized. They were just thrown in randomly.
Organized, unorganized, because they had new comics, but then they did have Marvel separate from DC, which does help collectors when you're looking for specific things, although we do look for both, so we kind of just look through.
Yeah, I've said before that I like disorganized dollar bins because it forces you to go through every single comic and you find stuff that you would never have found before. So if I'm looking specifically for something, I'll skip over Batman, I'll skip over Spider-Man. I don't really buy a lot of Batman or Spider-Man back issues, but this forces you to go through them and you'll find stuff that you never knew existed. So we spent a lot of time going through the dollar bins. I actually looked through some of the non-dollar bins and bought a couple of things from there too, but I'm specifically looking for titles Fantastic Four and Justice League and stuff like that. So I didn't go through everything. The store also has not just comic books. They have a lot of other really cool stuff. They had this really cool framed Star Trek thing. It was like it looked like it was custom made. It was, looks like it lit up. It was really cool. They had statues. They had a bunch of toys, both old, like really old, and new. They had Justice League Unlimited stuff. We never see that anywhere anymore. They had the JLA figures from a couple of years back. We never see those anymore. They just had a great selection of everything you could possibly imagine, and it's like an outlet. So it has more older stuff. They don't have any new comic books in stock. It's all back issues, and they really don't have a lot of newer toys either. They have a Funko section, but it's older stuff, and the prices are really good. We also ran into one of our subscribers, which has been happening a lot more lately. We also ran into one of our subscribers, the world's biggest Skate Man fan. He was there, he recognized us, and he recommended a convention that was going on the next day in Brooklyn. So we went there, subscribe, and you won't miss that one. So what did we buy? Did we actually buy anything there?
We sure did.
I did. Here's my stack.
Here's my stack.
So when Cassidy comes with me to a shop or to a convention, she gets a list of the things that I'm looking for, and she helps me go through the dollar bins. I never would have been able to go through as many dollar bins.
And I love helping. I mean,
it's fun.
It's fun.
Father-daughter bonding.
It's fun to look for.
We had a good weekend because we didn't only go here in Astoria. We went to a museum. Episode coming up soon too. It was a really cool collecting museum kind of. They had a lot of stuff I even have in my collection, which is cool to say that I have museum pieces in my collection. So let's get started. Cassidy, what did you buy?
Okay, so while looking for comics for this one, I don't really often see Scooby-Doo comics, so once I saw Batman Scooby-Doo, I was like, it's 50 cents, so...
Yeah, everything was 50 cents in the dollar bins, which is a great deal. I thought there'd be a line going in, there wasn't, so...
Yeah, and I don't really look for comics, but the only ones that I do when we look are Star Wars, which I almost never see much of Star Wars,
I made Cassidy a Star Wars fan at a very young age.
So I did find a Poe Dameron one. So this was really the only one I found at Midtown. Not much else. There was a good amount of Star Trek.
Yeah, we're seeing more and more Star Trek at shops and conventions lately. We can't figure out why.
And then lastly, so at a previous convention, and just like a lot of conventions, people make art out of comics. So I've been wanting to maybe try that out. So I got a Flash comic for my dad.
Flash is my favorite, so she's going to make a custom Flash.
I'm going to try and make some custom
Flash guitar
art
that we passed on it.
We'll see what comes out of that.
The Trenton High School convention. Make sure you check that one out. That one was a great convention.
So 50 cents.
50 cents, you can't beat it. We could have spent all day there, but we was at a meter in front, so we had 2 hours, so we were there about 2 hours, and we had already arranged to film, so we had to do some filming there too. So part looking, part filming. So let's see what I got. I bought a lot of stuff. This I've never seen before. This is an example of finding something that you didn't know existed. It's a guide to Zero Month, which was a large crossover series in DC a number of years back. So I'll put this in the file cabinet with Zero Worlds on Zero Month. So now I have the guide. New Titans, started collecting these again, 128. You can see the label, 99 cents, but they were only 50 cents. New Titans, 129. These are ones that I found because I know I'm looking for them. Amethyst, an annual, number 1. Hardly ever find annuals in dollar bins. Got lucky to find some. The Warlord, this is the Legends crossover. I'm going to try to get every single one of the Legends and the Crisis crossovers because of how big they were. I also found some of the Countdown to Final Crisis. 12, 13, 27, and a great 50. That's a great Joker cover. All for only 50 cents. And finally, number 51. That's the final issue. Also some crossovers, Lord Havoc and the Extremists. This is a crossover for the Countdown to Crisis. This one, if I find it in the dollar bin, I'm going to buy it every single time. It's Dreadstar number 1. Great comic book. Great story. This is Dreadstar and Company, so I didn't buy this when I bought that big Dreadstar run. This is another Dreadstar line, so I'm going to start collecting these. These I never ever see in comic boxes and never see them in dollar bins. Justice League Unlimited, this is issue number 33, trying to complete this full run. Justice League Unlimited happens to be one of my favorite DC cartoons, down to like 5 more packaged figures. Hopefully I have to actually email somebody about the ones I need. Hopefully they'll complete them. JLA Gallery, again, have no idea what this is. I'm trying to finish the JLA entire run, and I got a couple. 97, 76. This is JLA the 99. No idea what this is. It's a limited series. Again, would not have found this if these were organized. Glad I looked through everything. JLA Gatekeeper, same thing. And the next two are 2 big ones for me. I've been trying to put together all of the variant covers to Justice League of America, and I'm down to 6 states now. This is Illinois. See, each one, it just has a difference. It has all the 50 states. This one is Florida. And they have a couple of other variants sold through different shops, have their own. No idea what this is. Tail Gunner number 1. It's a DC Limited series. Never heard of it before. Looks different.
You don't have enough comics that you're collecting.
That's right.
Gotta get some new ones.
Cassidy was looking for Hawk and Dove for me. Couldn't find any. Star Corp, same thing. Never heard of it. It has Superman on the cover. Figured I'd give it a try. It's only 50 cents. Plastic Man 14. Trying to complete this run. I really like the Kyle Baker covers. Cassidy found some of the Milestone comics. I never see these anymore at conventions or at shops, and to have them in the 98-cent bin is perfect. The World Needs Heroes. This is issue number 10, I think. Worlds Collide. This is the Man of Steel. This is a crossover one. And Blood Syndicate number 11. And Blood Syndicate 17, again, a Worlds Collide crossover. So I never see them anywhere else, and I was able to get 4 of the Milestone issues. Milestone's not easy to get. War of the Realms, another one I started collecting. Sooner or later I'll finish it. It has 1 or 2 really big issues that I missed. This is War of the Realms number 2. Cool cover. New Invaders number 6. Squadron Supreme, Hyperion and Nighthawk. No idea this existed. It's a limited series. This is issue number 3. This is issue number 4. So now I have to find 1 and 2. Cassidy found this Dazzler cover for me. Recently started collecting any Dazzler covers because she's coming at some point. Also bought a big boy book. This is Fantastic Four number 32. It is the first key. It's the death of Dr. Franklin Storm and the first appearance of Morat. This was a wall book, so I bought a wall book too. This is my way of thanking them for their hospitality. Thank you, Jerry and staff, for your hospitality. It was a great visit. Bought some other Fantastic Four. This is issue number 402. Again, all from dollar bins. Issue number 544. Storm and Black Panther. Spider-Man and the Fantastic Four #1. When in Queens, you gotta buy at least one Spider-Man comic book. Fantastic Foes #1. Bought #2 at a convention recently. Now I have #1. Marvel Age Fantastic Four #10. #11. #12. I actually have to add Fantastic Four to the list that Cassie works on because that's really what I'm focusing on right now. Marvel Adventures, Fantastic Four. I think this is issue #4 for some reason, but I don't really remember. This is a great series. It's done by Mike Allred did the covers, and we just interviewed him. Mike is fantastic. This is issue #9. I love his covers. Love his art. Fantastic Four 2099, issue #7. So see, we're all over the place with the Fantastic Fours. Finally, Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur. This is a variant cover. Fantastic Four #41. So as you see, we did very well on our first stop on our adventure in Astoria, Queens. We actually tried to stop at another comic book store, but it was closed.
Which was very disappointing.
Which was very disappointing.
It said that it was open online, the hours.
We're going to reach out to them and see if we can do a visit. But again, thank you, Jerry. Thank you, all of the staff at Midtown's Astoria Outlet. This was a great visit. Plan on going back again. Hopefully I can bring Brian next time and he can go through things. Cassidy will definitely be with me. Thanks for watching. Love what you collect.
Collect what you love.
We'll see you next time. We're done.
Look through a lot of comic boxes.
Oh, more than we could possibly have imagined.
Yeah.
The outlet is fantastic. If you haven't been here, you should definitely visit here.
We would be honored if you would join us.